from our archives, the Billy Graham Classics.
Have you ever felt a stirring deep in your soul? A whisper, soft yet undeniable, as though something beyond you is trying to get your attention. Angels are messengers of clarity. They move in ways unseen, arranging moments, aligning paths, and speaking to your heart when you are still enough to listen. Right now, you're being called to pay attention. The signs around you aren't random. That gentle nudge, the recurring dream, the way certain people cross your path, it's all pointing towards someone meant to walk this journey of life with you. The angels are saying, open your eyes. The answer is closer than you think. Your future spouse is not just someone you'll love. There's someone whose soul already resonates with yours. This is not about chasing or searching frantically. It's about recognizing alignment when it appears. Sometimes we miss divine direction because we expect it to arrive with thunder and lightning. But the greatest revelations often come quietly in conversations that feel different, in a peace that settles in your spirit, or in a person whose presence makes you feel at home without explanation. Angels often communicate in ways that are gentle rather than overwhelming. They don't usually appear with loud trumpets or blinding light. Instead, they guide us through subtle signs, quiet nudges, and an inner knowing that something is shifting. These signs can take many forms: a recurring thought, a dream that feels more real than ordinary, or even a sudden sense of peace that appears when you think of someone in particular. What feels like coincidence may actually be orchestration. When these subtle hints arrive, they are not meant to confuse you, but to awaken your awareness and sharpen your perception of what's unfolding around you. Your future spouse is not hidden in some faraway place. You must search tirelessly to discover. Often they are already within your reach, perhaps in your social circle, your workplace, or even someone you have encountered briefly without realizing their significance. The key is not frantic pursuit, but recognition. When angels point you towards someone, they are not sending you on a treasure hunt. They are removing the blindfold so you can finally see what was right before you. Love that is meant for you rarely arrives through force or fear. It is recognized by the sense of natural alignment that surrounds it. One of the clearest ways to recognize divine alignment is through peace. When someone is truly meant to walk with you, you don't feel the need to perform, compete, or cling. Their presence feels safe, balanced, and steady, as though your soul already knows them. This peace is not about everything being perfect on the surface. It is about your heart being at rest, because something deep within you whispers that this connection is right. Instead of tension, there is harmony. Instead of confusion, there is clarity. It is the difference between striving to make something work and realizing it already works effortlessly. Timing also plays a vital role. Even when you know who your future spouse is, everything still unfolds according to divine order. The angels do not rush you because rushing breaks what heaven is building. Love prepared in the spiritual realm takes time to manifest fully in your life. You may need to grow in patience, strength, or wisdom before stepping into this covenant. Likewise, the other person may also be undergoing preparation to meet you at the right moment. True love is not delayed. It is protected until both hearts are ready to handle its depth. The waiting is not punishment, it's refinement. Finally, it is essential to pay attention to every clue. These signs are not always dramatic. They can be as small as the way someone's words keep resonating with you days later, or the way circumstances keep aligning so you cross paths. You may notice repeated numbers, symbols, or moments that feel strangely familiar. Your intuition, guided by angelic whispers, will confirm when something is important. These clues are like pieces of a puzzle, and when you gather them, a picture begins to form. What once seemed unclear starts making perfect sense. By remaining watchful, you avoid overlooking what heaven is trying to reveal. Hidden guidance, subtle signs, inner knowing, divine alignment, peace in love, perfect timing, patient heart, spiritual preparation, recognition, not pursuit, soul connection, divine orchestration, heavenly whispers, love revealed, angelic messages, true partnership, destined love, guided intuition, spiritual clarity, love in harmony, prepared hearts, purposeful encounters, divine direction, covenant love, soul resonance, sacred union, revealed path, spiritual nudge, effortless love, heart alignment, destined path, heavenly alignment, love, confirmation, angel guidance, divine preparation. Angels rarely speak in ways that overwhelm the senses. Instead, they guide through the kind of signs you can easily miss if you're distracted or impatient. It could be a recurring dream, a phrase that seems to echo in your mind, or even a peaceful feeling that settles on you whenever you think about a certain person or situation. These aren't random events. They are whispers meant to draw your attention, like threads weaving together into a pattern you can only see if you slow down and look closely. What seems like coincidence often carries purpose, and when you learn to recognize this, you start to notice how everything lines up more perfectly than you could arrange on your own. When it comes to your future spouse, the message is that you're not being asked to search frantically or force anything. In many cases, the person meant for you is already nearby, someone you've met or crossed paths with in passing, someone whose presence feels familiar, even if you can't explain why. The guidance you're receiving is not about chasing after something uncertain, but about recognizing what's already aligned. It's like walking into a room and suddenly realizing that what you've been looking for has been sitting there quietly the whole time. The angels are helping you see without the blindfold of confusion or fear. Peace is one of the clearest signs that this is the right connection. The person meant for you won't stir up constant anxiety, doubt, or pressure. Instead, there's an ease to being around them, a sense of calm that tells your heart it doesn't have to fight to be understood. This peace doesn't mean everything is perfect on the surface or that you'll never face challenges. But deep down you feel safe, accepted, and known. It's as though your soul recognizes theirs before your mind fully understands it. That kind of harmony is a divine confirmation that this connection is more than ordinary. Timing is just as important as recognition. Even if you sense who your future spouse is, everything unfolds according to a higher plan. Love that is meant for you is never late, but it will not arrive a moment before you're ready to handle it. There may be things you need to grow through first, lessons in patience, maturity, or healing, and the same is true for the other person. The waiting isn't a sign of delay or denial, it's protection and preparation. Love that's guided doesn't have to be rushed, because it's being shaped to last. Paying attention is what allows you to connect all these clues. These aren't always loud or dramatic revelations. They might be small details like someone who keeps showing up in unexpected places or a conversation that lingers in your heart long after it's over. They might be patterns you notice, repeating numbers, symbols, or moments that feel charged with meaning. The angels are helping you piece these hints together so you can see the bigger picture. When you stay aware, you're far less likely to overlook what's being revealed to you. By listening to these quiet directions, you'll be ready to recognize your future spouse not by outward appearance alone, but by the deep resonance in your spirit that says, this is right. Beloved, angel whispers, subtle signs, divine orchestration, soul recognition, peaceful love, perfect timing, guided heart, spiritual preparation, effortless alignment, heavenly guidance, love confirmation, sacred union, destined path, inner knowing, revealed connection, intuitive clarity, angelic direction, soul harmony, patient waiting, love unfolding, purposeful encounters, spiritual insight, heart alignment, divine partnership, destined meeting, heavenly timing, spiritual resonance, unseen guidance, calm assurance, meaningful signs, deep recognition, guided intuition, spiritual alignment. Your future spouse is not someone you have to chase across the world or search for in endless frustration. Often they're already closer than you realize, already woven into your daily life, already in the circle of people you've met or crossed paths with. The challenge is not about finding them, but about recognizing them. Many people imagine that the person meant for them will arrive in some dramatic, unmistakable fashion, but more often than not, the introduction is subtle. You might meet them casually, speak briefly, or even overlook them at first because you're expecting a different picture of what love should look like. This isn't about hunting desperately for clues or forcing relationships to fit. The guidance you're receiving is meant to lift the veil, not send you on a wild search. The angels aren't saying, go out and find someone. They're saying, open your eyes to what's already before you. The path to this person has been carefully arranged so that your lives naturally intersect. You might notice a strange familiarity about them, a feeling as though you've known them longer than you have. Their presence might not be loud or flashy, but something about them feels steady, genuine, and right. When love is guided, it doesn't require endless proving or performing. You don't have to twist yourself into someone you're not to be noticed, nor do you have to convince them of your worth. Recognition happens when your soul responds before your mind has time to analyze. It's an inward confirmation that says, this is someone significant. What makes this different from ordinary attraction is that it carries a quiet certainty, not just an emotional rush. While physical chemistry may be part of it, what stands out most is a deep sense of alignment, as though this relationship fits the shape of your life, rather than disrupting it. This doesn't mean the relationship will be effortless in every way, but it does mean that at its core, it feels natural. You don't feel the need to manipulate circumstances or control outcomes. Instead, things start lining up without you forcing them. Encounters happen at just the right times. Conversations flow easily. You begin to see how this person's character, values, and vision align with your own, even in unexpected ways. Rather than exhausting you, the connection feels refreshing. Rather than creating confusion, it brings clarity. The angels are showing you that you don't need to wander through life feeling uncertain about whether love will ever find you. It's already been arranged. The person is on your path. The real question is whether you're paying attention when they appear. Many people miss divine alignment because they're distracted by superficial expectations or consumed by relationships that aren't meant to last. They're so focused on searching outwardly that they forget to listen inwardly. When you learn to be still and attentive, you'll recognize the signs of familiar peace in someone's presence, recurring moments where your paths cross unexpectedly, or subtle confirmations that draw you closer. What's happening here is less about striving and more about awakening. You're not being told to build something from scratch by your own strength. You're being invited to see what's already been built around you. This is why guidance feels so natural. You're stepping into a story that's been unfolding all along, even if you didn't see every chapter being written. The person meant for you isn't appearing by random chance. They've been positioned in such a way that you can't miss them when your eyes are finally open. The angels are simply helping you remove distractions so you can recognize the connection waiting in plain sight. Divine orchestration, soul recognition, effortless love, heavenly guidance, revealed connection, destined path, sacred partnership, inner knowing, guided heart, spiritual alignment, deep resonance, peaceful love, soul alignment, angelic direction, true connection, meaningful encounters, effortless alignment, love prepared, destined, meeting, heavenly timing, calm assurance, revealed love, intuitive clarity, love confirmation, purposeful encounter, divine partnership, guided intuition, unseen guidance, spiritual resonance, sacred union, natural connection, perfect alignment, heavenly whispers, spiritual preparation. Peace is one of the clearest confirmations that you are encountering the person meant to share life with you. Unlike relationships that feel heavy, chaotic, or uncertain, the right connection carries a deep sense of calm. It isn't about surface-level comfort or pretending everything is perfect. It's a stillness in your soul that reassures you this relationship is safe, genuine, and rooted in something greater than fleeting emotion. When love is aligned, you don't have to question your worth or constantly wonder if you're enough. You don't feel pressured to perform or hide who you are. Instead, there's a natural acceptance that puts you at ease. This peace shows itself early on, sometimes even before you fully understand why. You may notice that being around this person doesn't drain your energy or stir anxiety, but instead gives you clarity. Their presence feels steady, like solid ground under your feet, even when life is uncertain. This doesn't mean the relationship will be without challenges, but at its foundation there is harmony rather than tension. In moments of silence, you don't feel awkward, you feel understood. In moments of disagreement, there's no fear of rejection, because you both value the connection enough to work through it. Peace is not to be confused with boredom or lack of excitement. It isn't the absence of passion, but rather passion anchored in stability. It's the quiet knowing that you don't have to chase validation or constantly prove that you belong in their life. True love doesn't thrive on drama or confusion. It grows in an atmosphere where both hearts can breathe freely. This is how you recognize divine alignment, not by a whirlwind that leaves you dizzy, but by a calm assurance that says, this feels right, even if I can't explain it. This inner stillness is often accompanied by external confirmation. You'll find that the relationship moves forward naturally without being forced. Conversations are honest without fear. Plans unfold smoothly without manipulation. You sense a balance between freedom and closeness. You're not losing yourself, yet you're deeply connected. The right person will never make you feel as though love is a battlefield you must constantly fight on to prove your place. Instead, you'll feel as though you finally arrived home after a long journey. The angels use peace as a signal because it is unmistakable when you tune into it. Unlike fleeting emotions that rise and fall with circumstances, peace is steady and enduring. Even when life brings stress or obstacles, this connection feels like a refuge, not another source of chaos. Your spirit recognizes when someone aligns with your purpose, values, and calling. You'll notice that being together strengthens your faith in love rather than making you doubt it.
This peaceful alignment also protects you from counterfeits, relationships that look appealing but leave you restless or uneasy. If you have to force constant reassurance, ignore red flags, or compromise who you are just to maintain someone's attention, that's not peace. The absence of peace is often the first sign something is off, even if everything seems fine on the surface. Conversely, when the relationship is divinely guided, there's a sense of security even if everything isn't figured out yet. You may not know all the details of the future, but you feel confident you're walking in the right direction together.
When you meet the one meant for you, your heart will know by the stillness it feels. It's not a stillness that dulls your spirit, but one that awakens you to love's true nature, steady, patient, and deeply fulfilling. The angels confirm this connection not with noise or confusion, but with an undeniable inner calm that whispers, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Peaceful love, inner calm, soul alignment, deep assurance, guided relationship, divine connection, heavenly confirmation, spiritual clarity, effortless love, sacred union, anchored passion, stable love, heart stillness, angelic direction, calm assurance, soul resonance, true connection, harmonious sense, spiritual guidance, secure love, peaceful heart, steady love, divine partnership, purposeful union, heart alignment, guided intuition, deep harmony, effortless alignment, heavenly guidance, intuitive clarity, revealed love, love confirmation, soul recognition, divine orchestration, safe love. Timing plays an essential role in love that is divinely aligned. Even if you already sense who your future spouse is, the relationship will only unfold when both hearts are fully prepared to embrace it. Love guided from above is never late, but it will not appear before its appointed moment. This kind of timing isn't about delays or missed opportunities. It's about protection. If you were to step into this connection too early, you might not have the maturity, clarity, or emotional readiness to handle its depth. In the same way, the other person may be on their own journey of growth and healing, learning lessons that prepare them to meet you as their best self. The angels orchestrate these seasons carefully. They guide you through experiences that strengthen you, moments where you learn patience, where you discover your true worth, and where you shed old patterns that could harm a sacred union. These waiting periods may feel frustrating, but they serve a purpose. They refine your heart so that when the right person arrives, you're not weighed down by past wounds or confusion. You'll meet each other whole rather than trying to fill empty spaces with someone else's presence. Divine timing also teaches you to trust rather than rush. Many people make the mistake of forcing relationships to happen on their own schedule, only to discover that what comes too quickly often fades just as fast. When love is meant for you, it flows naturally without manipulation. Doors open in the right season. Conversations take place at just the right time. and events align in ways you couldn't have planned yourself. Instead of exhausting yourself trying to make something work, you'll find yourself walking into moments that feel prepared just for you. This timing ensures that your relationship will have a strong foundation. Instead of being built on fleeting attraction or external pressure, it grows out of mutual readiness. When the season is right, love doesn't compete with your growth. It complements it. You'll recognize that your journey up until this point, even the difficult moments, has shaped you for this very connection. Nothing will have been wasted. Patience during this process is not a sign of inactivity. It's an active trust that allows the right things to mature. It's like planting a seed. You can't dig it up every day to check its progress without stopping it from growing. In the same way, you don't need to constantly question or chase after signs. The angels are aligning things in the unseen, arranging circumstances so that when you finally meet or when your relationship deepens, everything feels divinely timed. This season of preparation also gives you the space to align your own life with your greater purpose. The relationship you're stepping into isn't just about companionship, it's about partnership. You're both being prepared to walk together, not just romantically, but spiritually, emotionally, and purposefully. The right timing allows both of you to step into the relationship as equals, ready to build something lasting rather than scrambling to fix what's broken. When you look back, you'll see why it couldn't have happened any earlier. You'll see how certain detours, delays, and even heartbreaks serve to guide you here. Love that's guided doesn't arrive through panic or fear. It arrives through divine order. By trusting the process, you give the angels room to complete their work and ensure that when love arrives, it comes to stay. Divine timing, patient heart, spiritual growth, guided relationship, heavenly alignment, sacred preparation, soul maturity, love readiness, heavenly orchestration, deep trust, purposeful waiting, divine alignment, sacred union, spiritual clarity, inner strength, guided intuition, heavenly guidance, love protection, prepared hearts, perfect moment, unseen alignment, spiritual resonance, peaceful waiting, divine order, purposeful love, angelic direction, soul readiness, mature love, heart preparation, heavenly purpose, destined union, spiritual patience, divine orchestration, meaningful timing, guided season. Paying attention is how you recognize when the angels are guiding you toward your future spouse. The signs are rarely loud or dramatic. More often they are subtle and easy to overlook. You may notice recurrent encounters with a certain person, meaningful conversations that stay in your heart longer than expected, or coincidences that seem too precise to be random. These moments are not accidents. They're gentle nudges meant to open your eyes. The challenge is to stay aware rather than dismissing them as chance. Clues come in many forms. Sometimes they are external. Events lining up, paths crossing unexpectedly, messages or symbols that seem to repeat. Other times they are internal. A quiet knowing, a sense of familiarity with someone, or an unshakable peace about them, even if you can't explain why. Angels use these signs to help you connect the dots, to show you that the right person is not hidden but already on your path. The more you slow down and listen, the easier it becomes to recognize these moments for what they are. Many people miss this guidance because they are distracted or expecting something more dramatic. They look for fireworks and lightning bolts while the real confirmation feels more like a soft whisper. If you're constantly rushing or consumed by relationships that aren't right for you, you may overlook the person who truly aligns with your heart. That's why the angels keep placing these clues in front of you to help you notice what your spirit already senses. This attentiveness isn't about obsessing over every detail or overanalyzing every person you meet. It's about living with an open heart and a clear mind. When you are tuned in, you begin to see how certain people stand out in quiet but meaningful ways. They may cross your path repeatedly. Their words may touch you in ways others do not, or you may feel an unexplainable connection that draws you closer. These are the moments that deserve your attention because they point toward divine alignment. Being watchful also keeps you from settling for something counterfeit. Not every person who shows interest in you is meant to walk with you for life. By staying sensitive to these angelic hints, you can tell the difference between a relationship that merely looks appealing and one that truly resonates with your soul. When it's the right connection, the signs will not leave you in confusion. They will bring clarity and confirmation. The angels are not asking you to search frantically, but to stay aware. To let your spirit recognize the person who's been prepared for you. Think of it like assembling a puzzle. Each small sign may seem unimportant by itself, but together they reveal a complete picture. You'll realize that these clues have been leading you toward the right person all along. When you finally see it clearly, it won't feel forced. It will feel obvious, as if your heart already knew. Angel guidance, divine signs, meaningful encounters, spiritual awareness, inner knowing, heavenly direction, guided intuition, sacred recognition, soul alignment, divine clarity, purposeful encounters, heavenly whispers, angelic nudges, spiritual discernment, unseen guidance, peaceful confirmation, divine orchestration, heavenly alignment, spiritual sensitivity, guided path, soul resonance, true connection, meaningful timing, angelic direction, love revelation, guided heart, subtle signs, spiritual clarity, heavenly insight, destined love, inner awareness, divine preparation, heavenly guidance, love confirmation, purposeful path,